Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Farming Simulator 19. I'm playing the Ricci's Hollow map. There's some links in the description. I'll explain all of that to you. Now, between episodes, I have done a bunch of work. Let me see how to even start. Let's maybe get in the pickup truck. I'll show you what I've done. For one, all of this grass surrounding all of our fields, I've actually mowed that down and harvested it, collected it all up with the forage wagon there, and then I bought a new mower. So I got rid of the little attachments mower that fits in front of the tractor, and I bought. Let me see if I can go find it here for you. I bought a new monster, I think it's Crone mower. I think I've got it back kind of at our little headquarters over here. Go drive over and just go check this out. It is, where are you? Are you back here? Oh, there it is. Parked it here. Hop out. Hop in here and I'll show you. Need to get the power washer. Everything's dirty, so we'll get to that at some point. But I bought the Big M Crone. This is not the modded one. This is just kind of the regular one available in the store. And this guy allows us to cut and kind of windrow all in one shot. And so I basically just mowed down all the grass around all of our fields that we've got. Collected it up with a forage wagon. And then I took it. I'll show you where I went and took it. Back in the pickup right now. I'll put that equipment away a little later. But I wanted to make forage. So long term or kind of near term, what I want to do next is get some livestock going. Probably starting with cows, followed by pigs. And for the cows, we need silage in order to make the TMR, which is the, I think, total mixed ration or something like that. Which is basically the cow feed. And to do that, this is, if you remember, this is an area that we bought up. So we have all this industry and are just about to blow by it. These set of silos right here, this is our grass processing. And I can hop over to the little medallion here. And you can see in the bottom right, it shows that we've got 763,000 liters, I guess, of grass that's been delivered. So I hauled that all over here, one forage wagon at a time. I think it holds like, I don't know, like 55,000 liters or something. So that's quite a few trips, maybe 12, 13 trips over here. And on the left side there, you can see left side of the little pop-up there in the bottom right, it's showing that we're going to get sewage. I'm not sure how to use that yet. I'm hoping we can spread it on the fields and use it as a fertilizer. But I'm not sure yet. And then we're getting hay and we're getting that silage I just talked about. And if I jump into the global company mod here, just hit Control G. We go to the feed mill. And I open that up. I scroll all the way down TMR. This is the food for the cows I was just talking about. And you can see now it's saying it's active. We need grass. So I dumped off some grass here too. Looks like maybe 2 wagons full, 108,000 liters of grass. That satisfies this mix 5 requirement. We could have brought hay too, but I'm pretty sure I just brought grass. Straw, I brought straw over, I think, before. So we've got almost 500,000 liters of straw in here. And then silage, that's the new thing that we're starting to produce. And I just brought over like a little bit, 50,000 liters. And then earlier on, I went to the gas station, loaded up a tanker. I'll show you. I've got a new tanker. We'll look at that. Loaded up a tanker with diesel. I had to pay for it. Eventually, we'll be able to generate our own or produce our own. But I did just buy it from the gas station, 50,000 liters. Dump that off here. And then also brought some water over. So those are all the ingredients we need to make total mixed ration. And we're getting a little bit being produced. We've got 13,600 liters. We still don't have the farm put down. Maybe we'll do that this episode, the cow shed. And then we're also getting more of this sewage. Again, I'm hoping I can just spray that on the field. As gross as that sounds, I'm hoping I can spray that as a fertilizer, but we'll find out. Might have to take it to the landfill and dump it. I'm just not sure. And byproducts, I have no idea what byproducts are. So we'll find out. Actually, if I click it, I don't see an option to spawn it. So it's probably something that I can just, same thing with this. There's no pallets that are going to dump out for any of this stuff. I think we'll be collecting it. Let's see if I can get back and pick up. That's the grass processing that we just saw for the silage and hay production. And then all of the feed production is up in this next huge building here, this huge factory building. And I think we'll be able to pull out all the products that we need from here. I'm not sure where we would get the sewage. I'm guessing that's a liquid. Maybe... Oh, I see a hookup over there too. Let's see. So this is going to be where we get our TMR, I'm pretty sure. Food for the cows. There is a little, you know, drop-off zone indicated here on the pavement. Maybe this is where I pick up the sewage or the byproduct. I'm not sure. We'll find out over time. I have no idea. So anyway, yeah, that was one goal in order to get us closer to doing the livestock, is getting that silage produced and then feeding some of that silage into our feed mill here and getting some TMR produced. So that is at least started. What else did we do? Let me take a look at the map. Or actually, let's drive over to the ore mine. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last episode, but we bought an ore mine. I can show you on the map first, I suppose. It might make more sense. So the ore mine is right here. I'll put it in the center of the screen so you can see it. It's this guy here. So we bought that up. And the reason we bought the ore mine is because that ore can be used as an ingredient in our mammoth mill, kind of over here to the left. You can see my mouse moving around here. And that, I think I mentioned last episode, I think is going to get us the pipe that we need. So here's the mammoth mill. Let's go into that real quick. I'll show you. This drill pipe line. This guy wants ore and it wants coal. And then we saw earlier that instead of coal, I can bring straw over. So that's awesome because we're going to be producing tons of straw. And I've already delivered some here. But bought the ore mine. I haven't brought any over here yet. But once we do, ore, some straw, and some water, and I got tons of water that I've already delivered, that's going to get us this drill pipe and more of the sewage that we're going to have to learn about soon because it's our third full here at the mammoth mill. We're going to have to find out how to use that pretty soon. But anyway, that'll get us the drill pipe. Why do we want drill pipe? We want drill pipe because... Just looking here to see on the left if I've got the oil mine purchased or not. Crate line empty. Oh no, we're mammoth mill. Let's go back. I think I bought an oil mine. There's the refinery. We'll look at that in a second. There, did I not buy the refinery? Maybe, or the oil rig, bale storage, composter, feed for later grass. Good mammoth or refinery and seed master and warehouse. So I haven't bought that yet. But let's go take a look at the ore mine. I guess what I was going to say was the mammoth mill will produce ore pipe for us, and if we provide that along with, I can't remember if it's water or what it is, to one of the oil rigs, then they're going to give us crude oil, and we'll take that oil over to the refinery, and we'll get diesel. We'll take a look at all that stuff. Let's go head over to the ore mine, just so you can see what that's all about. And I bought some equipment to help us there too. Head on over in our pickup truck. I've got some more grass to collect here. Looks like I missed this. But that's kind of how the grass looks after you've cut it with the with that Krone Big M lawn cutter there. I'm not sure what the right term is for it. Probably not lawn cutter. But anyway, it automatically kind of windrows it into these little piles. So it's easy to just bring the forage wagon through and collect that up and then drop it off where you need it. And I've been dropping pretty much almost all of it over to that grass processing. Those 3 silos we saw a little bit earlier. And then I took some to the feed mill. All right, we're getting there. You can see on the map in the bottom left, we just got to kind of curve around here a little bit. That's not us. I think we're the next one. That is still not us. We are right here. This is our ore mine. And I got a few things to show you here. So here's our ore, I think, piling up. Now there's a couple different ways that we can collect this. At least I'm assuming that's our ore. I haven't done this yet or played. I haven't used these mines ever. But those are new little droppings, new little ore droppings that I haven't seen before. So I'm pretty sure this is the ore that we want to collect. And we've got a couple ways that we can collect that. Let's look at the store. We've got several ways, I guess, to collect that. One way is we could just take a front loader, get a bucket for this guy, and just scoop it in, kind of bulldozer style, I guess. The other thing we can do, if we look at the mods, these Ricci collaboration modding team mods, in here, keep scrolling. This guy right here, I think, yeah. So this Frasse bunker guy will attach this to the front of a tractor. We turn it on, approach those piles of ore, and then that thing will spit the ore, the resource, whatever's on the ground into a container that we're pulling behind that same tractor that this thing's attached to. So we may see that in action. I might not do that right out of the gate. This is kind of high powered. It's fast, it's efficient, but it's a little kind of cheaty. It ruins a little bit of the fun early on. Eventually, when we get super duper busy, I may use this. But you can see this thing's got like a 500,000 liter storage, and it's really probably shouldn't have any storage. It's just it's just meant to propel material. But I think down here, this is our ore and rock and all that stuff. We can also propel silage with this. It's super handy for that because that gets kind of tedious if you're making your own silage, or say not using that grass processing factory that we saw, those 3 silos. If you're doing it in bunkers, that is kind of a tedious process, and this could speed that up quite a bit. I may use it for that. And then it looks like it picks up snow too. And manure. Manure is another one that's kind of slow to pick up once you have a lot of it to deal with. So we may use that. I think early on, we're going to probably use some type of dump truck. I think there may even be another one in here, a mod meant for mining. Let's just keep scrolling off to the right here. I may have passed it. I may have to go back to the beginning. I thought I saw a truck with a big old bucket up front. I'm not seeing it now, of course. I probably scroll right by it. Oh, we're talking about sewage? Check this out. So this guy right here says it takes liquid manure, which I guess, yeah, liquid manure, digestate, sewage, and byproducts. So, and then it's a spreader. So I'm hoping that I can fill this truck here with sewage, spray it all over my fields, and not kill everybody by poisoning the food. I'm hoping that will work as a fertilizer, and that's how we get rid of the sewage and byproducts it looks like it'll take. So byproducts must be a liquid. So that's definitely in our future. We're going to get that. Let's keep looking through to see if I can find that. The bulldozer type thing. Where is it? This, oh no, that's just a dump truck. That may be what I was thinking of. Just this huge capacity dump truck. Oh, it actually doesn't say how much it holds. That's interesting. We may try that too later on down the road, but for now, we're going to kind of go a little more on the manual slow side. Just for the immersion benefits. Yeah, I don't see it in there. Let's go back. It's not in here. All that's in here is a flatbed. Let's see. I thought for sure there was one. let's look at attachments here. I'm just curious. Telehandlers, that's another thing we could use. Is just a bucket like this. This one's not very big though. I'd like something decent size. That's probably not going to do it. 2640. Maybe early on. Oops, let me go back to attachments. What else do we have here? Mowers. I'm just scrolling through these. I'm going to go right by it. But I'm looking for like a big bucket that we can put on the front of a tractor. If the other option we've got is belts. I think these may pick up, not positive, but I think these may pick up the ore, and then we can belt it into the back of some big truck or something. That's another option we've got. Yeah, I'm not seeing the big buckets I thought I was going to see. Wheel loaders. This one's 3,000 liters. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's a little better. That actually looks familiar. I think I've used this before. Wheel loaders. Do we have wheel loaders? That's this guy. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like that to start out. Oh man, that's kind of expensive. Okay, stack and load various goods. Yeah, that's 175 grand plus the... Oh, that's not too bad for the bucket. So almost 180 grand if we want to do that. We're probably gonna do it. We're probably going to do that, and we're probably going to do that soon. We may have to lease early on. We've only got 216,000 on us. So anyway, we need a way to scoop that stuff up. And what else did I buy? At the... Oh, I thought I left it at the entrance. Yeah, over at the entrance here, and the other entrance here. We can see there is a boulder sitting here on the ground. I can kind of move this thing maybe a little bit. Right? Big old boulder. That's our... What is that? I think like a big node of ore. An ore rock, I think it's called. And we can pick that up here using this specialized trailer. It's just like an auto-loading trailer. I don't have my... I do have my semi. We could see that in action. Let's head over here. And I bought a new semi as well. And that's this guy here. And I equipped it so that it can... equipped it with a trailer hitch so we can pick up tanks and other farming equipment. This, by the way, is a new tank. I think last episode I was talking about, you know, I'd like to find a tank that isn't, you know, 500,000 liters, but something a little more realistic, but bigger than the 7,000 liter tank we were using. And I found it. It's, let me show you that. Oop. Going to the store. That was a mod that I got right off of the Farming Simulator mod hub. So it's like the official mod hub. Is that in here? Yeah. So these are the two tanks that came with the mod. The one I'm using right here is the smaller of the two. It's 48,000 liters. That's kind of a good size. It's not super overpowered, but it's big enough where, you know, it's only going to take a few trips to, you know, deliver a ton of water. Our other option, maybe down the road, is this larger tank. This guy holds 120,000. So, you know, almost 3 times as much as the one that I purchased. But that's an option for us. And it holds, I believe, all the liquid products on the map. I believe it's set to do that. So including fuel, I hope. Yeah, there's fuel. So we should be able to transport fuel as well. But I've been using that just to deliver water. And if we look at this factory, this is our ore factory. I'll go into the global company mod. Let's look at what happens here. So we've got ore rock production. All we need to do is supply diesel. And again, I took a tanker. I don't know if it was this big one or if I made many trips with that little one in the beginning. But brought over a bunch of diesel. I had to buy it at the gas station. again, hopefully we'll be producing this ourselves. We won't have to purchase it. But brought diesel over, and that is what is producing these ore rocks. And we're getting stone as kind of like a byproduct. The ore rock is that big nugget over there. Let me unhook from the water here. Yeah, we just got another one just got produced there, or spawned in. We got 2 of these ore rocks. Those need to be fed back into the factory here, as far as I can tell. So let's hook up to this special tractor, or the special truck, I don't know, cargo truck box. And we can just pick these up with the autoloader. You can see in the top right, or top left, I've got the little helper U's on. So I just hit U, load up those nuggets. Hit U again, turn that off, the auto load off. And I just drop these in over here in this little pit. So hit B as in boy, I can see where it's going to unload, and then Y to unload, and off they go, they disappear. So those big ore rocks go in there. And again, we get the ore rocks just by providing diesel to this factory. Let's go back in. I might be over-explaining this for people who are familiar with it, but I wasn't, so here, I'll walk you through it. So we provide diesel, and we get those big nuggets, and we get some byproduct stone. I'm not sure what to do with this yet. We'll find out. Then we take those ore rocks, put them back in the factory, just like we did just now, and we add some water. It looks like I've already delivered a bunch. In fact, that's why the tank's sitting over here that I just showed you. And then we're going to get several piles of ore that are going to accumulate. Looks like one of them is already full. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a lot, right? 8, something like 7 or 8 piles of ore that'll start to accumulate that we need to go pick up. We also get trash. Doesn't look like it's producing much trash. I didn't pick up trash, so that's, pretty low. And then we got more sewage to deal with, and there's gold in them thar hills, so we get a little bit of gold. We'll figure out what to do with that. I'm not sure. Clean fill, I have no idea. We'll have to figure out how to make use of that. So that's the next stage of the process. Dump in the ore rock, and you get your ore. And then let's see, what are these guys showing? Not much. Bulk ore. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is showing. These last 2. Ore production, I think, is a summary of everything, right? That's going on. And then bulk ore. Diesel, water, ore rock. Yeah, I don't know how this is different from the... Oh, I guess there's just 2 instances of bulk ore. Maybe we have just more piles of ore that can accumulate outside. All right, let's see if I can dislodge my truck here. There's another nugget that's been produced just while I'm yakking. We're going to just park this guy here. Oops, grab the pickup. And again, this ore is what we're after here, these piles straight ahead. We need to take that over to the Mammoth Mill. That'll get us our drilling pipe that we need to eventually get crude oil. And then we're going to take that crude oil over to a refinery. Let's go... Maybe the next thing to do... Let's see here. Let me get to the map. Just in the interest of time, since I'm pretty far away from the oil well. I don't think I bought this yet, did I? Not yet. We are going to need to buy an oil well. There's one here. This guy costs 153,000, but we also pick up something else. What is that over here? Oil well and a silt pond station. That's one option for crude oil. There's another oil well somewhere up top here, I thought. There's one here. Oil well number 1. Let's see what that guy costs. That one's 202,000. I don't know why it's actually more, but maybe there's more land there that we can do stuff with. And I'm not sure if there are more oil wells in the map here hidden around that I just haven't found. So eventually we're going to have to pick one of those. And if we go visit, let's get off of the land purchase map and just choose to visit this rather than drive over there. This guy, we need to provide just water and then that drill pipe I was talking about, right? We provide the ore to the Mammoth Mill and we get the drill pipe. We bring that over here with some water and out comes the bubbling crude. We're not done yet. That's not diesel. So then we have to do one more thing. Back to the map. I did purchase this, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, I think we looked at this last episode. Where are you? Diesel refinery. Right here. Let's just go visit rather than drive. It's a little bit faster. And you can see the pop-up right there at the bottom right. If we provide... Wow. Let's not look at that one. Let's look at the global company mod thing here. Refinery. Dive in. So for diesel, we provide that crude oil. And out comes the diesel. So 1-to-1, super easy, nice. Don't need water, don't need anything else. But there's a few steps, obviously, behind this that we have to do. But once we get that oil, we can bring it over here, and out comes the diesel. We won't have to purchase it anymore. The refinery is also going to give us plastic, but we got to make crates and bring them over here. I'm not sure if we're making those over at the Mammoth Mill or not. Diesel. Oh, there's a biodiesel option here as well. So that's cool. I didn't really know about it. I may have skipped even doing that, that ore mine if I had known about this. But for this one, we can just provide straw and then barley or any of these other crops. And silage, out comes the diesel. So there's your like bio option, renewable, kind of infinite diesel just from plant products. This being able to use straw and the wood chips is awesome, particularly the straw. It's so easy to harvest. Wood chips, got to cut down the trees. It's a little bit of a pain. It's manual. Straw is manual to pick it up, but boy, you get a whole ton. So that is cool. Grain. Yeah, just from our farms, we're kind of used to that, or will be real soon. And then silage, we saw at the top of the episode how to produce that. So that is where we're heading in terms of fuel stuff. Let's back up, look at the map. Let's see, what do we talk about? We still have our 3 main fields here. We got one that still needs to be half planted. I should probably get going on that, but there's one goofy little strip here that didn't finish growing. You can see it here in the center of the screen. So I'm kind of waiting for that to ripen. And then I've got my little harvester over here, which we're going to upgrade at some point. The little harvester here is just waiting so he can collect that grain. It probably isn't worth it. I probably should just plow over that or just plant over it and get going. But I decided to wait. So that's where we're at. And again, at the top of the episode, I mentioned all this grass that you see around the fields that we own. All of that has been cut and collected. We saw there's a little bit over in this area I need to collect. But then down here, a bunch of grass. And it was, say almost 1 million liters of grass. So that's pretty helpful for getting our silage going. We talked about previously maybe buying. Let me zoom out, get to the lands map. We talked about buying this big plot here, right? It's kind of up the hill, center of the map, center of the mountain. It's all this big grassy plain. It's not that expensive, 164,736. We talked about buying this and then maybe turning this into an actual field so that we could use helpers to mow that grass so we don't have to do it manually. And then collect that grass and bring it down and create silage. Take it down to that grass processing station, which is over here somewhere. But after cutting all the grass around our fields, got a ton of it. I'm not sure that this is a huge priority right now. So we'll leave this be. We could put all of our animals up here as well. Sheep and, boy, there's even more than just sheep, cows, and pigs. There's ducks and a bunch of other stuff. So we could make this animal central up here. Let's go drive over there. Can I hop in this thing? Let's drive over there and just take a look at the top of the hill and think about that for a second. There is a bunch of open land up there. I do want to start, I want to place our cow farm as soon as we can, because I do have some animal feed for the cows, and we could at least start those guys growing and reproducing. It's going to be a slow start so we get more money and buy more cows, but I'd like to get that going. So now the only question that remains is, there's two questions actually. One, we got to raise a little bit more money, and we can do that by selling some more products out of the Mammoth Mill, or we could even sell some grain if we want. The other big question is, where do we want to locate the farms? So there's a couple options for that. One is right straight ahead. We've got these little patches of land here, kind of around our biggest field, or on this side of the biggest field. There's a big open area here that we own. The one option, let's go into the store. This time we'll look at placeables, and I'm going to go for the mods this time. So the animal pens, this guy, Grocer Kustal. If we look down here at the bottom left, kind of, it says Big Cow Husbandry. This is our big cow shed. And I think the mod just gives us more storage for the food, so we don't have to load this thing up so much. I think. I'm not positive. Hopefully it doesn't spit out cows like 3 a second or something. Hopefully it's not super overpowered. Oh, you do not have enough money. Oh, I'll have to raise a little bit more. I'm a little short, but I was going to show you. There is room to place that over here and have room to get by next to the field and get by behind it and still kind of preserve most of this little dirt path. So this might be a decent spot. It's, you know, at the same level as where our food production is. You know, the feed mill is a little bit that way. It's actually at the center of the screen, I think, is the feed mill. So it'd be easy to transport food over here. We'd give up some grass production for sure. So this guy is big. So it would cover up a lot of that grass. And maybe we'd decide to go up to the top of the hill and buy that for grass production. Anyway, and there's a little more room at the end of this field too. Let's just drive down there for a second. We'll take a look. I got a few little scraps of grass I didn't collect. There's a lot of room over here. You know, there's plenty of room for tractors to turn around and still have some kind of buildings over here. Again, I'm thinking some kind of animal husbandry, either the pigs, the sheep, the cows. Kind of, you know, focus on those first, or the other ones. I think there's ducks. Let's just take a look. Animal pens. We've got dogs, a large chicken enclosure, 2 of them. I'm not sure what the difference is between these. Maybe we get around to trying them both out. Donkeys, ducks, goats, a duck plucking facility. This is the pigsty, the pig one. And then this is the mod for the sheep. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 9, I think, something like that. 8 or 9 different animals. So we'll need more space than all this if we want to have all the animals. But anyway, this is one option. The other option is going up the hill. So let's do it. It's straight ahead. The only thing I'm kind of resisting doing that is because I'm not sure how often I want to go up and down this hill. Maybe it's not a big deal. But if it's slow or if it's precarious at all, then it's not going to be super pleasant, because we're going to have to make this trip thousands of times. I don't know if it's thousands of times, but see, I got a little jank there just kind of coming up the hill, right? I didn't do any special turn. I'm not going that fast. I'm going to back up and see if I can reproduce that. I'm probably not going fast enough now. But it's a little bumpy road. It's a little, you know, we got a little bit of that jankiness there. Kind of just driving through where the truck kind of jerked around. Now, if I'm a tractor with a trailer full of grass or animal feed, then that could get real annoying in a hurry if stuff gets jerked around just randomly. But here it is. There's a bunch of land up here. We could put some, you know, animal farms up here. You know, ducks, cows, donkeys, whatever. Dogs. I don't know what we do with the dogs. Why are we raising dogs? Hopefully not for meat. Anyway, but we could buy this. I'm inclined to have this just be grass and keep it simple. Try and set up some automated fields. Maybe 2 fields where we could use a helper. And we'll use the field creation tool, which is basically just the plow, I think, in this version of the game. But we could set up a real field and then use helpers to mow this. And then just only ever bring grass down the hill rather than shuttling products back and forth. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to reserve this space for. But, you know, it'd be used for animals, for animal pens. All right, let's head back down. That's a bummer I can't show you the cow shed. I kind of want to try and put that down here real soon. We saw the water tank. We saw the ore mine. See how this is kind of bumpy through here? I mean, it looks cool, but it's like, you see what's happening? I don't want that to happen when I got a tractor full of grain, you know, a big old cart full of stuff. Kind of want to minimize the number of trips up and down here, so we probably won't put the animals up there. I'm going to have to cart up, you know, several different types of feed. I just don't want to deal with the strangeness here. But grass might be okay. All right, there's also, by the way, a bunch of trees here we could harvest if we get desperate for logs. Kind of like the way they look. I'm inclined to leave them there, but if we need to raise money and we're desperate, we could always chop those guys down and take them over to the Mammoth Mill. Process them. While we're talking about that, let's head over to the Mammoth Mill. I want to show you what I did over there, because I did a bunch of work over there as well between episodes. Let's head on over. Starting to get a lot more familiar with the center of the map now. Still don't know what's on all the outskirts. I haven't explored the whole map yet. But we'll get to that. There's our water hookup. We saw that earlier. Some free water. We've got another kind of little mini headquarters here where we can park some equipment. There's no silos or anything. But this is a pad, I think, that's available to us to use and at least park some equipment at. So we'll probably make use of that over time when we get more tractors and things. Here's our sawmill. Sold a bunch of lumber here. We're going to try not, or logs. We're going to try not to sell many more logs, if any, and instead convert those logs into products that we can sell. But this whole area used to be trees, and now it is full of little saplings. So I planted this entire area. I planted over the path and everything. We'll just harvest from one side clear through to the other. But I wanted to maximize that space. Now, I don't know how long these things take to grow. It could be a long time. But we've got a bunch of trees planted here off to the left. I don't know if you can see those. Hopefully you can make those out. Little saplings there. Bunch of them. So those are growing. That'll be revenue for us down the road. And then we talked about, I don't know if it was the last episode or the one before, when we bought the Mammoth Mill here, this is all part of the Mammoth Mill property, we also got a huge open lot that I think you may have used to have buildings on it or something in maybe a previous version of the map. But right now it's just this big open area that didn't have anything. So, of course, I went and planted a bunch of trees over here, too. So we've got, well over 1,000 trees just in this little area here. And that takes time. So that's why I did it off camera. There are a bunch of trees here. Again, I don't know how long these take to grow. But that's kind of an investment in the future. We'll have another bunch of lumber that we can, bunch of trees we can tap into and generate wood products and sell them and make some money. There's a bunch of extra pallets of saplings that I bought and brought over. So we'll use those down the road. I don't think they go bad or expire. And then straight ahead, way off in the distance, we saw, I think last episode, if we're desperate, we could buy that chunk of land right on the other side of the river. There's a ton of mature trees that we could go after. There's some right here too we could go grab. But yeah, on the other side of the river, you can kind of see. If we get desperate and we want to spend the money, we could buy that plot of land. And there are a ton of mature trees there. There's a few $1 million worth of, or several $1 million worth of product in that set of trees. That's an option for us too. There's our ponce. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to return that before I forget. That's a lease. I think it's costing us every day. I'm not positive how that works. Let's see. Go to garage. I'm going to pick leased items. It's this guy. Cut down trees. Let me just, let's look at that guy if we were to lease it again. Back. Okay, I want back. Sorry. Forestry machines. Let's look at this and just see what it's costing us if we can. So to lease this guy, okay. That's over here. $8,800 to start the lease. And then for every hour we run it, it's $9,200. And then we're paying $4,400 a day, even if we don't use it. So if I go 2 days without using it, that would be $8,800. Then it makes sense to just get rid of this thing. Because if we let it sit for at least 2 days, we can always come back in and release it for $8,800. And we'll kind of be even. If we think we're going to use it within the next 2 days, it's worth holding on to. But I think I'm going to return this now. Because it's just going to chew cash off. It's going to chew cash in the background. I don't think we need it. Might regret this later. But let's return it. We'll see what happens. Let's go back to the garage. Here's our leased items. Let's return this guy for now. Again, I may regret this, but I just want to get rid of it because I know I'm going to forget about it. These flatbed, this guy I can return. We're not even using this one yet. I'm not sure. It didn't work with what I wanted it to do. So let's return that guy. And then I'm leasing our Big M right now, the mower, because this guy's expensive. We do want to buy it. But I am going to be cutting grass, so I'm going to keep that one around. Okay, so that is all the... that's the... those are the trees I planted. I got to show you those 2 areas. They're all fully planted and growing trees for us. There's more products probably in the Mammoth Mill that we could sell, and we're probably going to do that real soon. Let's take a look at what we've got going on in the Mammoth Mill. We've got 88,000 liters of paper, so we can get some stuff out of there. Ooh, we're getting wood chips too. Wood chips. So I did not sell these yet. I've sold paper, lumber, and plywood. I think I even sold pallets and firewood too. But I've not sold our wood chips or this resin. We got trash stacking up too. One thing I didn't sell the wood chips because I think they might be an ingredient for other products that might get us more money. Let's take a look over at this little wood processing factory that we haven't purchased yet. There's a couple, actually. There's one straight ahead there, too. Let's take a look at this guy. What this one wants. So this is Tom's Table Company. Wants lumber, which I think... Oh, and logs. Just flat out logs. So I don't have many logs left. I don't think. Go take a quick look. Just curious. We have a few extra piles sitting around the Mammoth Mill. Piles of logs that I've harvested. I don't have many more to harvest, and I just got rid of my harvester. They're sitting over here. But not a lot. There's a little stack there, a kind of a good sized stack here, and maybe another small stack over here to the right of the truck. This little stack there of logs that have not been processed into anything. There's some, that's not a ton. That's maybe 3 truckloads full. But that's one ingredient over for this one required material over here at the Tom's Tables. Where is that now? It's through here, is that right? Go look at that sign again. That's kind of a bummer. I didn't know this guy took logs. I thought it was just lumber. Hop on out. Lumber and then coal. Maybe that coal we could get by with using straw. That would be nice. There's logs. Oh, and glue. Oh, glue. I don't know how to make glue. Look at the map. And we haven't bought this yet, so I can't bring this up in Global Company. Bring up the map. There is a glue factory we could take a look at, but it's kind of a rabbit hole, right? With these different products. Here, you mean you think you just need a couple things, but you end up needing a whole chain of buildings to produce stuff. Here's our glue factory. Take a quick look at this just for the heck of it. See if it tells us what the ingredients are. It may not, because we haven't purchased this yet. Gorilla Glue. That's not going to show us anything because we don't own it yet. As far as I know, I don't know if there's a way to bring this up. I can do Control G, but we're not going to see anything, I don't think, because we don't own it. So I'm not certain what the ingredients are for glue. Here's a drop-off or a pickup. Yeah, I have no idea. Here looks like this could be a drop-off. I don't know if this is just aesthetic. Gorilla Glue. Yeah, so maybe we hold off on the whole Tom's Table thing for a while. Seems like that might be a bit of a distraction. Yeah, that might be a bit of a distraction. Let's skip that. The other factory I just mentioned over in this area that might take wood, I think, is Bob's Boats. I think that's one of these. That's our big warehouse. We haven't used that we can store a lot of wood products, the paper, pallets, and all that there. We haven't had a need to because we're selling them all. Here's Bob's Boats. Let's see if it shows us. There's some buildings over here that show inputs and outputs. Let's see what this guy says. Okay, the output is rowboats, surfboards, and firewood. Logs and glue. Yeah, glue. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait for all that. So I'm not sure what glue is, but I don't want to buy it and then find out I got to buy 2 more factories for that. I really want to get the livestock going. So we could start selling some products. Let's do it. Let's sell what we've got at the Mammoth Mill right now. Again, let's take a look and see what those are. Back into the Mammoth Mill. We've got paper to sell. We've got lumber, tons of lumber to sell. Plywood, a bunch of that. We still have 300,000 liters of logs. Oh, no. Yeah, it says wood chips, but that's not true. I don't think I can dump wood chips in here. We could try. I think that's a typo. I think this is supposed to be logs because that's what I've been supplying. But we've got 300,000 liters more to process, and then we have those 3 piles of logs that I showed you that we can pump into this factory. And boy, if I could feed wood chips back into here, that'd be great. Maybe we'll give that a shot. But let's start selling some of this plywood and lumber and pallets and make some money. There's our truck we've been using for that. Let's hop into this guy. And let's start spitting out some of these products. We'll load them up and take them where they need to go. So paper, I'm just going to select paper and do maximum. So 23 pallets. I'll hit space or click that button. There we go. It's not a full load, but it's enough to be worthwhile. Got my trucks, my auto loader truck set to regular size pallets. I think that's right. Turn it on. Get close to these guys and load up the truck. And then we'll take a look at the market and figure out where we can get the best price for these guys. It's either going to be the Ace or the Lowe's, I think. Turn off the auto loader. Take a look at C. So many products in this map that it's hard to find. It's hard to find what you're looking for because you really have to scroll. All right. I think these guys will be able to see them pretty clearly once they show up. There we go. Paper, I'll go ahead and just click it. Okay, it looks like Lowe's has the better price by about 320 bucks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Lowe's, I think I know where that's at. Gotta go straight ahead. We'll make some money and then we will probably place that cow shed over by our field. And then once we sell some of those products out of the mammoth mill, we're going to need to look and see if that field finally grew and I can get those last few strips of I think it's barley on that field. If we can get that off of there, get the rest of that field planted. I want to keep the fields going, the farm fields going as well. I haven't looked at producing the pig food yet. That will come soon. But we are, raising grain. I'm trying not to sell the grain either. But at some point, I'm going to have to sell some of this. Did I just pass it? Yeah, I did. I need to go over the bridge. Where is it? Nope, I need to go over that bridge. I was going the right way, I think. Yeah, it's hard. I don't want to sell raw materials if I can help it. I don't want to sell trees, like raw logs. I don't want to sell grain. I'd like to be selling stuff like this, processed products like the paper or the pallets. Or meat, once we actually process animals. But we'll see. We may have to sell some grain before long because it's going to take a long time for those trees to grow. And like I said, I just sold our tree harvester. Ooh, I turned in our lease. We should probably wait a couple days before we lease again. Since it's going to cost us $8,800 to start the lease. All right, let's drop off paper. I've been having some issues with these sell points. So I've had to drop the product several times, but I'll show you what I do. Okay, we're here. I'll just do B to mark the place I want them to drop. And Y. See how only a few sold? So I just do UU, BBB, Y, and I've been doing this several times. So there's some disappeared. Not sure what the problem is. A little inconvenient. It's not a huge deal though. There we go. So that's all sold. That got us up to 304,000. We're going to sell more products out of the mammoth mill while we're doing this. We might as well empty that place out. We don't really have any other factories to deliver these finished products as inputs to. And we've got more logs to process. So let's just sell this stuff and raise some money so we can get to buying some animals. Back across the Mammoth Mill here. I'm going to grab a sip of tea. Whoops, took a wrong turn. Oh, oh, oh. I thought we had it. I thought we had it. We don't. Apologize for that. Oh, man. That's fine. Let's go into the map. Well, that did not make it better. We can just reset these real quick. Click on this guy and reset. Yep. I don't know if we pay her to do this or not. There's a charge. Okay, I got to hop out of it. I can reset this guy. Let's do it. I got it selected. Then I need to hop out of here before we teleport this guy back to the dealer. All right. We'll tab our way over to that guy. Notice that field is still not growing. Hopefully it will grow. Hopefully it's not just glitched somehow on the map. Hook up, back to the Mammoth Mill. Sorry for the delay. But it's nice that we can actually reset things pretty easily. All right, I'm going to set cruise control and finally take a drink of that tea. I guess I can get the helper menu off of there for now. The Mammoth Mill is right around the corner here across the bridge. I don't see any cars coming, so we'll blow through that stop sign. Yeah, I'm anxious to see how long it takes for the trees to grow. Now, I've got everything set to normal growth, or like real-time speed here. You can see under the clock at the top right, the number 1 under where it says 1246. That's showing that we're at kind of the slowest speed. But I'm okay with that. I got plenty to do. Until I've run out of things to do, I'm probably not going to speed that up. All right, let's back to Global Company. Mammoth Mill. Can't double click it. That would be nice. I guess I can hit the enter key. Let's see if that works. Yep. We did the paper. Let's spawn some lumber. Maximum. Do that. I think we got more in there, so we might make a couple trips of this. Now I need to reconfigure the truck. I'm going to go ahead and put the helper up. And hit the Z key or Z key. All pallets. I think it's these long pallets. I'll turn on the autoloader. These should stack up for us. Do a couple high. Hopefully we'll get some cash. This always looks impressive on the truck. I think that looks kind of cool to me. Loaded. I know we're going to be going this way because I think it's either Ace or Lowe's again. I could turn the helper off. Let's check the market. Here is, I believe this is our lumber. Looks like Lowe's again. Has good prices. $9.11. Let's do that. Eventually, we will be taking this to other factories, but we're not going to buy those now. So let's just go sell it and make some cash. I think we've got another load of lumber to take, too. So back to Lowe's. If I can get there directly this time without making mistakes. can always hit the camera key to go first person here. Rearview mirrors aren't super helpful. Hang it right here, take a shortcut through this little diner. Look for traffic. Can't really see too well out the truck like this in the cab. Take a left here. Hopefully this guy is not going to turn into me. All right. All right, let's hop out of the cab view and get this guy lined up. Whoops, where am I? That's an interesting view. Okay, that's better. That was kind of strange. All right. Here we go. Same thing. I think we're going to have to do the multiple unloads. I'm just not sure what the issue is there. Okay, if you look at the top right, it is chewing through these, but it's still going to require me, I think, to do multiple unloads. Oh, maybe not. It's taking that whole half side. So I'm sure there may be a technique here that I need to master to get these, but you can see it's stopped. That was 73,000 for half that load. Yeah, maybe I just need to push over more. It looks like, well, hard to tell. See if I do that. If I push over a little bit. Will it help? Come in here. Now, it won't take them right off the truck, I don't think. But I love it when it does that. When you just drive in and it starts taking it off the truck. Without unloading. See if that's any better. Looks like that's working for us. Maybe that's the secret here at Lowe's, is just dump those products a little further over to the right than I have been doing. So there's another 36,000 there. So probably, I think we got about 140, 150 grand out of that. You can see our balance is at 450 grand. We owe the bank 500 grand. But we're probably going to carry that loan for quite a bit here, because we are still heavy into invest mode, trying to make more product, make more money. The investment in the Mammoth Mill has paid off tremendous. We're getting a lot more money for our logs once we process them into products, so that is super duper cool. Some point I got to get around to hauling that rock, or the rock and the ore, over to the Mammoth Mill so we can start making that drill pipe. Don't think we'll get to that this episode. We're already kind of coming up on the end here. I think for the rest of the episode, I'm just going to sell these products, and then we'll wrap this one. And then next episode, maybe next episode, we look at placing the cow shed and possibly mining some of that ore off the ground and bringing it over here to the Mammoth Mill so we can make that drill pipe. Let's finish this, though. Let's sell some more product. Or you can sign out here if you don't want to watch me do this, because this is basically what I'm going to be doing, I think, for the rest of the episode. Let's see. Lumber 16 pallets, that's worth a trip. I think that's worth a trip. Let's do it. Yeah, that's another full load. I'll take it. I will take it. Turn on the autoloader. Yeah, that'll be another, what'd I say, about 150 grand. That'll come in handy. We can buy some cows for 150 grand. And we can try and see if we can get this thing to unload it all in one shot. If I just pull over to the right a little bit more when I drop this load off over at the Lowe's or Lowies. All right, I'll set my cruise. This modded truck makes things go faster. I don't mind that mod. It's a little bit faster transit, especially single player. When you're trying to run a whole map on yourself, you know, mods definitely help. The ones that kind of overpower a little bit. But I still wouldn't want a flatbed that can carry like 7 million liters of, you know, lumber. That, to me, takes a little bit of the fun away. And we'll stay in third-person view for a while. I think it's a little easier. Especially in this vehicle. It's not that easy to see out of in the first-person view. There's our train bridge. That looks pretty sweet. And we'll get to using the trains. I think there's 2 of them. At some point, I'm sure we'll get to using those. Probably going to be a while. All right, in we go. We'll go a little bit more to the right here and see if we can sell all in one shot this time. Oh, it's looking promising. It's looking real promising. Ooh, I see one pallet that's not getting processed. Looks like. Oh no. Yeah, they didn't do it. They didn't quite do it. Oh well. We'll have to play around and see if we can figure out what the secret formula is. Maybe I went a little too far over to the right this time. Interesting, those pallets don't drop down. Oh, there they go. Didn't seem to do that last time, did they? It's been a lot of work actually cutting down all those trees and hauling them and then hauling the product here, but we're getting paid finally. Ooh, I wonder if that makes sense. Let's see if we can drop it off behind me. Nope, they don't like that. That didn't process at all. Looks like we're going to have to do one more drop maybe, or I might have to move the truck. But we'll try one more drop right where we're at. Okay, that I think is going to work for us. Yeah, and I think that was 150 grand extra, just about. I'm not paying too close attention, but I think that's roughly where we're at. Not too bad. So 300 grand if you count the 2 trips we've made just for the lumber. Yeah, and this is all hopefully going to go towards making livestock. And then we're going to need to, if I want to haul that ore, I do need to get a bucket and either a telehandler. Yeah, is it telehandler or a front loader? We can start doing that. I'm going to hold off on that thing that automatically just blows it into a wagon. Take a little shortcut. Cut through here. Back to the Mammoth Mill. In daytime, there is nighttime. I haven't had too much of that, I don't think, in the series. I've been doing a lot of work between episodes at night. Let's come through, grab some more product. Don't think we've got another full load for the lumber, but let's check and see. Never know. Lumber line, lumber, maximum. 8 pallets. I think we'll wait on that. We've got a decent amount of cash. If we come up a little short, we know we can come back and get that lumber. Let's do the plywood. 16 pallets. I think this is similar, right? Is this the wide pallets? Yeah, it is. Let's load up the truck and figure out where we got to take these. I don't know if I can tell in like the market window where this product is. I'm sold this before. I'm sure it's the same two places, Lowe's or Ace. But this one was a little harder for me to tell which icon corresponds to the plywood. It looks sweet on the tractor here, or on the truck. If you zoom in, these textures look pretty sweet. Really like that. Really like that a lot. All right, to the market. So none of these are plywood. I think that's lumber. Let's scroll to the right and see. Oh, tell you what. Oh yeah, they're gonna. I was gonna say let's select paper and keep Lowe's and Ace at the top rows. But as soon as you scroll off that product that you just selected, it resorts the list of sell points. But we've got Ace on top, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to sell this at Ace. So let's scroll around until we see something that we can sell at Ace. It looks like it's the plywood. I don't know what that is. This product here, is this the plywood? I have no idea. It doesn't look like plywood, but I mean, I guess you could say there's multiple, well, plywood, multiple little veneers of wood that you glue together. That looks like drywall. Let's keep going and see. It might... I had a hard time figuring out where the plywood was last time. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I wasn't sure. Just looking for products in the top row. Prices to show up. Here's some more goods. Nothing that looks like plywood. That sure doesn't. Looks like some kind of pelt. That doesn't. Gloves or mittens. Boots and saddles. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be over this way, right? We're getting into different product types. I would have expected it to be right next to the plywood. I'm sorry, the lumber. Yeah, a bunch of kind of appliances and things. I don't see it. I'll go back to the beginning first and just go quickly here. My best guess is that it's the one that we saw, but it's not the best icon in my opinion. That looks like fertilizer or compost, maybe. Not sure what that is. Rope. I don't know if there's a legend that shows, you know, for each icon what it corresponds to. A bunch of meat products. Again, here is our wood products. I'd love to see it like right next to this guy. But I don't. I think that's our lumber. Yeah, as best I can guess, it's this one, but I don't know. Who knows? All right, let's go to the Ace. The price is going down. Ooh, Ace. So we got to go to a different location. That's fine. Let's take this over to the Ace. No, I'm pretty confident we can sell it there. Okay, let's reload. Every once in a while, the product falls off the back of the truck for some reason. There we go. The tension belts don't seem to make much difference on this autoloader truck. I'm not sure why. I'll do it, L, but you'll see they just kind of... The belts, you can see them down there. I'll toggle them on and off. They don't seem to wrap around the pallets. I'll leave it on just for the heck of it, but I don't think it's terribly useful. All right, let's head over to the Ace. That's the top left corner of the map. We got to come this way. I got to watch for a train. There are some tracks here at the bottom. Looks like we're in the clear, so we'll just head straight on through. Make some more cash. Again, we'll use this maybe for the front loader to load the ore and for the cow shed and for cows themselves, right? We got to buy the livestock. This one, we came straight up through here. There's some farm fields we'll eventually get around to buying, hopefully. Up we go. Careful on this turn. I've lost a load of material here a couple times. I'm going to take this turn a little slower than probably need to. Some interesting stuff here we could purchase. Some industry here. Looks like some greenhouses. Some kind of mine down there. I'm not sure what that is. That's another area where it looks like we need the front loader or that special piece of equipment that just flings the material into the wagon. All right, here we are at the beloved Ace. I had the same issue with this sales trigger. Let's see if we can get it done in one shot or not. I'm going to guess the answer to that is no. Hey, it's processing. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we won't. Looks like it's just processing the first two stacks. See there? There's some with the sell points. That's a little not right. But, excuse me. But it's not the end of the world. Didn't take that long. Just a little bit of a nuisance. Okay, we're still processing. I can see up in the upper right. Oh, look at this. Now we're selling right on the truck. Interesting. Not sure. Excuse me. Losing my voice. Yeah, I'm not sure how that worked. Let's see. Doing it again. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm just unloading onto the back of the truck, and somehow that's registering with the sales trigger. So there it goes again. Interesting. So this guy is able to take it off the truck. I wonder if I back up a little bit, it will take these guys. Let me straighten out a little bit. Will you take the product here? Just experimenting. Let's do, let me, okay, autoloader turn off. I'll hit the U key. And maybe just Y right now. Okay, I just hit the Y key. Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to fiddle. Fiddle and learn. All right, U, B, Y. See how we're just getting little nuggets of sales? There we go. We're at least getting one more stack going. And that's the last one. Yeah, it's a little tedious. Like I said, it's not the end of the world, but there's something funky with the sales triggers over here. Maybe if I play around with it more, I'll figure out what the secret is. Back to the mill. Again, we're going to be doing this for the rest of the episode, so if you want to sign off here, you will not miss anything. other than me making trips back and forth to some sell points. Probably always going to be Lowe's and Ace for wood products. For now, at least. But we'll see if we can get what we get next here. If it's plywood or we move on to the pallets. There's barrels too, maybe. Really like this map. A lot. Lots to do. It doesn't seem too overwhelming yet. We'll see what happens when we get the bigger fields than that. But the recommended mods that I've downloaded from the Old Man 102 site, the Trello site, seem like they're going to meet all of our needs. Like I said, we may shift over to using the more overpowered ones once we get our hands full. Right now, it's going pretty smooth. It's kind of part of the game here. Part of the simulation is delivering these products. All right, let's spawn some more pallets of something. Plywood. Check that again. Maximum 16 will do it. Probably take these straight over to the Ace. Load them up and off we go. I don't think we need to check the prices. Just gotta watch out for the train coming here at the bottom of the hill, bottom of the bridge rather. Only thing that could derail us, pun intended. I don't see the little gates down, so we should be good. Off we go. This truck's got a top speed of 102. I'm not sure what the base game, what the maximum speed is in the base game. Maybe something like 55, 45 miles per hour. I've got it set to miles per hour. Bringing in the cash, we're going to be close to $1 million here before long, but we'll spend it about as fast as we earn it. Yeah, that time I just unloaded right on the back of the truck, and it looks like more product is selling. So I'll take it. I'm just trying different techniques here. Do the same thing, just unload right to the back of the truck. More, we're getting 2 stacks this time, so that worked. I think that is going to be the end of that trick, though. Let's try it again. I'll hit you to turn the work mode off, the autoloader off, and then I'll just hit Y to unload right on the truck. Okay, well, we get one more pallet. I'll try backing up a little bit. I know I just tried this, but I'm going to back up just in case that is the location where things will automatically sell. I'm going to do the same thing. U to collect it, U to turn off auto load, and then Y to unload right on the truck. At that time, didn't work at all. 2 U's, a B, and a Y. Yeah, I don't see, it's a little glitched. So I'll have to experiment. I'm sure there's a little trick. Shouldn't be. There's something, there's something clearly a little off with those sales triggers. Back we go to the Mammoth Mill. Take a look at that mine. Eventually we'll buy that and figure out what it's all about. Almost looks like sand, but I can't tell. All right, I'm trying to save it, but I don't know if we're gonna, if I'm gonna be able to. I took that turn a little fast. For that, no problem. Super realistic. Oh man, I hate fields that have this. Drives me crazy where they got the power lines running right through the field. I know it's realistic, but boy, I think it makes it pretty hard to have helpers work the field. I could be wrong, but oh man, I'm not crazy about that. That's intentional though. That's intentional. Part of the realism, I guess, of the game. Or this map, I should say. Ooh, I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna be careful with my driving. Back on the road. All right, let's see what else we've got. Almost up to $1 million. 14. I think that's worth a trip. Let's do it. And that's kind of our goal here right now, is just getting these products sold, raise some cash. We won't have to do this as much later, I hope. Missed a couple. Have to circle back. All right, that brought us over to, or brought us to over $1 million in the bank. Again, we owe half of that to the bank. It's a loan. I'm going to slowly repay off that debt. Let's go into the finance tab here once this saves. And you can see we owe 500 grand. I'm going to pay 100 grand of that off. That's going to save us a little bit of interest cost. May not be worth doing that. Let's see how much we're actually paying for interest. Loan interest. So we only pay $4,213 a day, but I could use that money. So that should save us about a fifth of that. So what, 800 bucks every day. So we'll just slowly chip away at that loan. I still want to have a lot of cash on hand so we can invest in the animal production, but we'll slowly, just maybe 100 grand at a time, chip away at that loan, and then hopefully not incur that interest expense. Not, it's not a huge expense, but every little bit adds up. especially when we're kind of a smaller operation here. But it does take money to make money, and the loan has helped us quite a bit buy income producing properties. So it's a balance. Everybody will have a different approach to doing that. Working with the loans. And head back to the mill. Let's see what we can find. What's next? Maybe barrels or pallets, I think. Just want to cash out everything we've got, and then we'll know how much money we have to work with to get the animal pens going. We may just start with cows and quote-unquote beef that up till we get some good production going, and then move on to pigs. Or we could do a little pigs, little cows. Who knows? We'll see. Haven't quite decided on that yet. Mammoth mill. Here we go. Plywood we've already done. Pallets. Let's maximum 40. Good there. We got to change the configuration on our autoloader to, I think it's just regular pallets. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Regular size pallets. Let's try that and see if these guys will load on. Nope. That's not it. Let's try something else. Turn off the autoloader and change. Maybe medium pallets. Let's try that. Yep. The medium pallet seems to work. Not sure if we can stack these up too high. We'll find out here in a second. Guessing we can. Gonna stack up nice. Wow, it's gonna be a tall load of product. But I don't think we're driving through any tunnels. That's pretty tall. Take a look at that. Zoom on in. Looks cool, right? Man, look at the models. It's got the UPC codes. That looks realistic to me. Man, that is cool. The little burn marks. Branding. Oh, that looks awesome. I like that. Quite a bit. Let's, we got to look at the market or sell points here. Pallets, I think we're next to the paper. Or over this way, I think. Eventually, I'll get used to where these products are. Man, did I miss them? Did. The paper one is pretty easy to call out, even when they scroll by fast. Of course, I probably just jinxed it. There it is. Paper. Pallets right here. Click on that. Looks like it's Ace. That one seems to have the more quirky sales trigger. But we've made that trip several times. Let's just go do it. Off we go to sell some pallets. It should bring us up to over 1 million again, I think. And we won't pay off any more loan for a couple more in-game days, so that's going to be a while probably. Turn off that helper so we don't have to look at that. And off we go. Second verse just like the first. Here we go. Back to the Ace. This time we're selling pallets on a pretty highly stacked truck there. I'm not using the straps. I don't think they don't seem to work on this autoloader. I'm not sure why. Got a pokey truck here in the road ahead of us. I might pass. It's a little treacherous, but I think I'm going to do it. Oh, no need to. He's turning off. All right, this time let's try and get real close to the building. Just as an experiment to see if we can get a little better performance out of the sales trigger. Gotta come in real nice and close. Too close, but let's just see what we get. We got some. Okay, a bunch more sold just as I recollected. Now that's interesting. I'm going to hit the Y key right now and just drop it onto the back of the truck and see what happens. Ooh. Okay, we sold some more. Sorry about that camera. Not sure what happened there. Oh, look at that. That's not good. Not good. Let's back up. See if I can pick that guy up. I'm going to back in. See if I can get to that with the back of the truck. I'm going to turn on the helper and turn on auto load. Retrieve that pallet. We might have to make a trip around the building here. Turn off my autoloader and let's get back this sell point here. We don't want to get too close to the building, it looks like. Let's try about here. We got a couple sold. All right, that did it. A little bit of work. Again, that took us over $1 million, so that's awesome. Back to get more pallets. I think there's going to be more for us. Oh, when will I learn? When will I learn? Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. It's as if it never happened. Back to the mill to get some pallets. Do you notice that there's something blinking at the mini map at the bottom left-hand corner of the map? Let's bring up the big map and just see what that is. I have a feeling it's like some special product that's in demand or something. Let's just take a look, see if we can figure that out real quick. Zoom out. Here it is. The bank. What's up with the bank? Why is it blinking? Let's visit. What's going on at the bank? Having a sale on $5 bills? I have no idea. We don't own it. So where can I find it? Let's go to finances. I'm not sure what that could be. Maybe once we get the bank, we'll know. One more time. Let's look at the map. Hover over this. Do we get any kind of indication of what's going on? Nothing that I can tell. I am going to promptly ignore that. Get back to my autoloader truck. Ooh. Can we harvest this grain finally? Yeah, let's get this guy going. You can harvest up that grain. We'll do that in parallel. There's our loader. Whoops, I must have tabbed off while he was still rolling. Just like I just did again. All right, let's go to Mammoth Mill. Pallets. Spawn maximum 40. That's a lot. Whoops, I just fat fingered that one. Turn my autoloader on and let's load up another truckload of these guys and head back over to the Ace. Oh, look at that. One shot. Wow. All right. Take note of that. Just right on the line. If we position the truck right on the line, maybe being in the cell zone is what's been causing the problems. Oh man, that was nice. I like that. I want more of that. One click, sell it all. Sweet. Almost up to 1.2 million. We got to do more trips here. Again, that's what we're going to do for the rest of this episode. Fetch these products and raise some cash to fund the next set of investments to our farm. Let's not fly off the cliff here this time. All right, let's try that same technique that worked on our last shipment. Just try and hug the line here of the cell area. Hull point, and just not cross over it. Let's see, with any luck, I'll throw some salt or pepper over my shoulder or whatever I'm supposed to do. And, all right. Oh, just one little straggler. So much better than we have been having, though. Okay, done. Nice. All right, tell you what. Well, let's go. Our grain tank is full. I'm going to tab through to my trailer or tractor. This guy has the forage wagon. We don't need that. In fact, maybe we'll park this guy. What I was using to collect all the grass and the straw. Oh, no, I want the wagon out here because we are going to have straw to collect from the harvester. Oh, man, I may not have said it. Oh, yeah, I see it there. I see it. Where is our wagon to collect the grain? That may be back at base. I don't see it. Oh, is that it right there? That may be it in the distance. I think I see it in front of the restaurant. It's not the best place. Kind of leaving my equipment sitting out where it shouldn't be. But not the end of the world. Let's grab it and go collect that grain up. And we can get this field planted, the rest of it planted. And this harvester can barely dump into this wagon that we've got. It's pretty tall. Well, he's almost done too. All right. Let's see there. That's my problem. We're gonna I guess we'll let this thing go. Let's get back to our semi here and head back to the mill. We got barrels, I think, to sell. We've done all the pallets, we've done all the paper. We've done the lumber, and we've done plywood, right? So we've sold quite a bit. But I think barrels still exist. I'm not sure if there's any other products. There's wood chips. I haven't sold those yet. We might do those. We're going to be able to get more. It's just it's hard. It's hard even selling these wood products because, man, cutting the trees is so manual and time consuming. Oh man, do I not learn? Maybe we'll get lucky. Doesn't look like it. Oh, don't talk and drive. Let's reset those guys back to the shop. Need to pay a little closer attention to what I'm doing. Okay, out of the map. I'm going to tab over to my tractors, actually. Let's collect up the rest. This guy is done. We'll leave that little mess of grain there. I don't really care. Oh, were you going to go get it? We hop in this guy. Hit age. In fact, I can just drive this guy over. Dump out the wheat. Or, yeah, it is wheat. Okay. Now we had barley on here. I guess we're planting barley, I think. All right, let's send this guy back. We'll do a little bit of farming here. Gonna send this guy all the way back to the shed. We'll grab some fuel on the way. We've got a little fuel tanker, a little portable fuel tanker we can fuel up. Eventually, we're gonna sell this guy and upgrade him, so I don't even think we need to wash it. At some point, I gotta get the power washer. But yeah, let's drop this guy off at the shed, and then we will we'll take a look at our fields. We gotta collect that straw. Might end the episode, and I can do some of that between. But let's just get this guy to the shed first. Just take a second. All right, let's take a look at our fields on the map. Just see what we've got waiting for us. We've got, okay, this guy's in the third growth stage. This guy's in the second. This guy's in the second, and this we need to plant. Let's see, who needs fertilizer and lime? These guys are all fertilized. That just needs to be planted. Before we can do it, though, we've got to collect that, that straw. So our grain, we're done with this guy. Let's take this guy back to our base. We'll dump the grain off in our silo. We may sell this at some point if we're running low on cash. But for now, I'm just going to dump it in the silo. The other option is to try and use it for pig food or duck food. I'm not sure what the ducks take. Tell you what, I think we'll wrap this episode here. Next episode, we will clean up this field, get it planted, then go back to selling the remaining wood products we've got. I think it's just barrels. Let's take a look. I think it's just barrels. Plywood pallets, we've done all that. Oh, firewood we've got, and yeah, pallets of that. And barrels, I believe. So we'll raise some more money. Then we'll look at seeing if we can get some cows. It's going to cost some money to buy those. We need equipment. We need an animal trailer. We can use our same trucks. And we'll need to haul some initial TMR, total mixed ration, over to the cow shed. So we'll have plenty of work to do next episode. And then at some point, we got to get to bringing this ore over to the Mammoth Mill here. So we've got our ore mine kicking away. We want to get that ore over to the Mammoth Mill to do the drill pipe. Then we can think about buying the oil rigs, one of those oil rigs. All kinds of stuff to do. It's all going to cost lots of money. That's why we're selling these wood products. But for now, this is Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps my tiny channel grow. Kind of an experimental series for me. I'm trying to figure out how best to present Farming Simulator on my channel. It's a game I really, really enjoy. And I'm really enjoying this Ricci's Hollow map, custom map. Again, the links are in the description for all that. But yeah, that's it for now. I will see you in the next one.